Hey Steph, how are you, man? What's the weather like in Italy?
Hey Dan, I mean it's supposed to be spring, but actually it's really misty at the moment. So it looks like November
Oh, okay.
mostly. And I live in the mountains, so I'm surrounded by forests. So it's really black metalish. It's like
Yeah,
uh, the
yeah.
the real cliche of a metal guy living in the mountains and delivering extreme stuff.
Because in Australia, it's becoming winter, and when it's
Yeah.
been raining here in Sydney for the last couple of days, and when it gets more colder, like it
Uh-huh.
starts to get misty, so I start to feel that black metal element, and this band,
Cool. So
like,
let's go with the
yeah,
section. You have to listen to the section now.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
do when I see some fog outside. I will listen to the section.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, yep, we're gonna listen to this part of this order I'll play on my playlist and play that. Mate, of this we did a reaction video to one of your songs, which is the live video. It's called Where
Yeah,
I Am Going There Is No Light.
yeah.
Um, when I do reaction videos, like I normally go commentate, just to basically see what I like.
Hmm.
And there was some parts in the video where I did not speak because I felt I was literally in Italy watching you play because the production of the videos, they had the
That's
lights
cool.
flashing, and I saw the audience and they were just like watching. They were like engaged, and the production of the video captured really well, and the song itself.
Yeah,
Um, and it was filmed in Italy as well, so this is like your home country. So,
yeah.
what was it like that day with the filming? Did you guys plan to do filming that day, or this came out go at the last minute? Like,
No, we were everything. I mean, uh, it was planned that we were gonna record in the show, basically,
yeah,
with camps and audio as well. So after I got basically, I edited all the thing, and but I got everything. Like I got multicams,
yeah,
like
yeah,
4 or 5 cameras and tons of uh, yeah, audio tracks. you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it was pretty endless. I mean, it's like I actually got the whole thing. I got the whole concert recorded,
yeah, yeah.
and not just the song, but just to edit the song with all that material was so. I mean, I'm not a video editor all the time. I'm just doing that on purpose when it's needed. So I'm not fast as a kind of, crazy.
Yeah.
So it took me weeks basically to assemble it, choosing mostly the video part. The video part was more tricky to me because I'm working with sounds all the time. So, but the video part was really tricky and choose, with the right frames among maybe 5 different ones. It's always a huge pain in the ass. But finally, I'm pretty happy how it turned out actually because it really catches the I mean the sound, but also the character. I would say the mood, the feelings of the. It has been a cool gig actually, a really cool one. The fest is so great actually, so
It
it
was,
was
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it looked fun because like I also said in the video that the performance was real. It was like good chemistry. It was hand in hand,
Yeah.
and I did not know that you did that yourself because I also do some editing videos when I film some local bands in Australia, and I normally make a mishmash and make it like a minute altogether, and I just use one camera. But you're doing it yourself. My favorite part of the video
Hmm.
was when it zooms in, because that's when the guitars were playing, and I'm like, and it goes into your camp, goes to you. I'm like, oh, cool, we get to watch you play, but it goes straight to the drummer, and it's like captures that energy, and it's like, and that's like a twist because when you're making filming and you're doing some video editing, you get
Yeah.
drawn, you get the viewers, the people watching go into, oh, we get watch the guitar. Oh, hang on, we're going through the drums, and that was a good opening, and the
Yeah.
whole segment of the film, the angles, you've done a great job because it didn't look like it looked like someone else did it, like it was a season of myth production, they're like, oh,
Oh, okay.
there was
Well,
that kind
thank
of
you.
level because like it was really professional, and after the interview, I'll probably got to go, oh, can you give me some tips of what I did with some of my video editing? I was really impressed, man. It was a great video. And
yeah, you know, practice, practice, and practice.
Yeah, that's just like everything in life, you know, just like everything in life, you know, every time you do something, it's practice and practice. The reason why it got
and have patience.
Yeah, and patience too. Very important to have patience.
Very important. Yeah. I think the most important thing is that when you're doing something is that you need to leave it there for some days, maybe. When I'm doing something, like also with music, if I do a riff, for example, I will just maybe do like 100 of version of the same thing, maybe changing the sound, changing the matrix, changing whatever, and keep it there like for days. And if I turn back the next week and I still think that thing is cool, so I will probably keep it. And is the same like for the videos. Like I edited like 4 hours and then I just left everything there for weeks, and then came back and okay, I still like that, I don't like that, you know. And I think you need to refresh sometimes, because when you're doing something really close, it's you're losing details basically. Yeah that's it.
The reason why you got that video out, because it's been 1 year since the earTHflesh album was released, and basically I was lucky enough to listen to the whole album, and it's a great album. It's the sound compared to the back catalogue, I feel like it's involved, and this one's got more aggression, and I can tell that when I watched your performance on that video, your eyes, you know, it's like demonic, and I can tell that you live it, like these words.
Yeah.
Those definitely. Lyrics and that creation, that's your expressing yourself, and that video, and as I said, that video is documented, and you hear it in the production and the sound. So of course you're celebrating the year of earTHflesh. What's the reaction been when you look back and you reflect? Are you happy the way how it's been? You know, did you feel that, you know, this has been probably the best one I've done now? When we do something like you know, like you have one of those reflective stages now?
Yeah, I mean, earTHflesh is really particular. I mean, on that sense, because, you know, it's the first one with a totally new lineup for us. Like, you know, also changing vocals and changing our style has been really difficult at the time, because earTHflesh basically took like a couple years to get it done. Then it took like the most of it was like composition, and I spent a lot of time like to get the good first track, if you know what I mean. Like, because I knew at the time the most important thing for us was to coming out with a different sound, because we were different basically. And that was the most difficult part, also to thinking about myself as a vocalist, which is something I totally hated, because if you're a vocalist, you need to take care of yourself, you know, while if you're a guitarist, you can just fuck it up all the time, and you will probably still play kind of good anyway. Yeah, but when you're singing is a huge pain in the ass, so but it was tricky. And but actually I was really depressed at the time, and I really need to push all that shit out of me. And the most of the time I'm depressed about the word, you know. what that's around, what I probably can't ever be able to change and whatever. And a cathartic way to release this kind of energy, like to accept that you can respond to many things in life except to an aggressive, huge and devastating power that you don't have, which is the most of the time, you know, honed by governments and shit and whatever. I don't want to spend too much words, because I mean we got so many examples in the world, in our history, also in the last 100 years, you know, like too much shit. And earTHflesh was like the rage that come through it, and it's like the rage of the oppressed, basically. which is really actual, I would say, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, the first record I did just with my gut and not with my mind.
Yeah.
Because I used to be like a very cerebral, mental composer, like kinda. And but this time was really energy, was really flowing. And when I found the first, the new direction, I would say, everything was like just shaping itself really naturally. So the big part of it was finding new me to put on the table, and that's it. And what I feel about what I got inside and outside.
Yeah.
And earTHflesh just came out naturally at that point. And but it was totally different from the other records. And I believe, I would not compare it to the other records because they got a totally different lineup and approach and whatever. But earTHflesh is definitely I would say, I don't know, I still like it. And it's not that common for me. It's not that usual after a year. Usually after 1 year, you just look back and say, oh, I've done that thing maybe differently. And this is the first time I'm like, I think it's perfect as it is. And each time I play it live, it's so powerful to be on stage with that material. So I don't have anything to complain about it. I would leave it as it is.
Like, I think that the production of that record is pretty cool. I think that the way it was produced and like the guitar tones and then the energy, like you listen to it, it's not like it's metal or it's like there's emotion because of the lyrics that came up to you. So you basically use that as your outlet, and I think that when you hear that those musics or those productions, the bass, the great bass tone also in that record, the drums are you can hear it, the guitars, they're very defined by their sound, and it works well with the emotions of what you put into the earTHflesh album. So, and that was very enjoyable for myself to listen and to see that this is very emotional kind of record and made it more like a soundtrack. So I think that
exactly.
What you did, I think that what you just said kind of explained that earTHflesh was more of your soundtrack, and I think that it was a really good way for that to come out, and that's something that you should be really proud of with the album, because I think that it's a really great record, and it deserves to be celebrated for the 1 year, because it's a lot of work and a lot of sound, man. So what I really like about the album, I like the artwork. So because this is your baby in your project, what was the inspiration behind the art? Like, how was the artwork tied into the music, to the album?
Actually, I was looking around, to many artists, like parallel at the same time where I was composing the thing.
Yep.
So because I knew after so many years producing music, I know that it takes time, to choose a right artwork or whatever. It's not just, hey, that's good. So I spent several months just looking around, and then I just discovered Neil FR, which is, I'm spelling it like the page on Instagram so they can find it.
Yeah.
And which is a great artist, actually, digital one. He's not working with the AI. He's not working with AI. He's totally
it's a real
digital
deal,
photography.
Right? Yeah.
Is digital photography, I would call it, which still is art, in my opinion, because you need to take photos and to manipulate it and work on it. It takes several hours and days. So it's not like, hey, chat GPT, just do that. Okay, it's not like that. So I found out these works from, actually I selected like 3 different ones, if I not remember wrong.
Yeah.
And then I just proposed the thing to the other guys in the band, and just to check their opinions and also to label and whatever to everyone, basically, because I didn't want to be the only one choosing the artwork. You know, I'm basically the most of the time I'm the only one doing shit for the band, like music and stuff. But the artwork was like, hey, you can just watch it and say, is it cool or not? Because I need opinions, you know. So yeah, I really loved this one. Basically, it was my favorite.
Yep.
I can take it actually.
Oh yeah, cool.
Because it was my favorite, and it's because it's just a metaphor for me of the actual reality, you know, just one huge power guy, you know, controlling and bullshitting all the others, which are totally blind all the time. So that's it. And I thought it was perfect for the time and for earTHflesh and for the energy. So it was just that's my decision. So and that's it. So it was pretty easy. It was really way more easier than with the music, you know, like to choose this one. And this is a collaboration with Neil FR and Leone Armor, which is another guy. Is not just one guy. It's two guys on this artwork.
Cool.
So this is the story basically.
Yeah, because how I interpret it was like it's basically that big person and you got all these. If you think about it in an artistic kind of way, like this is my interpretation, it's like it can also be like emotions, like that's you, then you got these certain emotions.
Also,
and these are like sub-characters that
also,
you know.
I mean, I think you can have 1,000 interpretations of the same thing, and everyone will be right to me. And that's why I don't really like to influence people with my opinion, because I love to know which people have to tell me about what they did. Like, so it's very cool that it inspires you, you know, maybe some kind of different things, but a different nuance of the same stuff, you know.
Cool. Exactly. You know, basically, did you feel like your songwriting from your earlier projects to earTHflesh has evolved as well? Did you feel like where you were doing this project, did you feel like your songwriting process was involved? And when you were doing a bit more into the recording process, did you experiment with the guitar tones to capture that emotions, and as you are being the guitarist yourself? And then is it Alan the bassist?
Yeah.
And then the drummer and
Federico,
and they also, you know, we work with them, and basically, you know, because the bass tone for me as a bassist, it really supplemented the tone. So did he actually came up on his own, or did you kind of collaborate with him and also with that? Yeah.
Let me say, Alan is one of a kind. Like, is one of those guys that he really doesn't really know how he does things.
Yeah.
But when he does, is like monumental. Like he got this huge sound, whatever he used. Like he changed so many pedals and shit and whatever, but he's not really into expensive stuff. The most of the time he's doing bass with a couple pedals and that's it, and a few bucks of pedals as well. And but he's monstrous. I don't really know how the fuck he can come up with that sound every time, because also on stage is the same thing. Like I saw him like with really bass stuff, and it was incredible. I don't really know how he can do that. And actually he recorded the bass home in his room with a DI, and we then mixed it in the studio after. But his sound is amazing, and that's it. I mean, I'm very lucky with all the guys, because Federico is one of a kind drummer as well. I mean, to me he's one of the best in Italy at the moment, or in Europe. And Marcello is is a guitarist which is more is an insurance. Is precise, is precise, so it's not very difficult for us to bring in the studio and on stage that sound, because basically we sound like that. I mean, our guitar sounds like that, our bass sounds like that. So it's pretty easy. I don't know if it's because we play like since 25 years or something like. Yeah. But with other projects as well, of course. But it's like it's very easy to duplicate that on stage, and I don't really know how it came out. Like I don't have any really clue about that, because it's like for me, for example, I can change pedals, but the most of the time I always come up with the same thing, because in my ears I got the sound. Yeah. And I really like it because earTHflesh is really organic. I mean, it's powerful, it's organic, but you can listen to everything. And what really makes the difference to me are some layers of guitars, which you can perceive. Sometimes you can perceive, but sometimes they work like a mood, like maybe Rivers of Nile with pads and keyboards, for example. Mostly the same kind of style, I would say, on that side, on the layer guitars. And that was crucial for making the music move without the real perception of it. Like, it's not like a riff you can recognize. It's maybe a sound, a subtle sound you got down the guitar, but gives you the perfect picture of the thing. And I think that on this kind of stuff I developed a lot on my compositional side, but it's normal. I mean, as you grow up, you change.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So,
man.
That's it.
Definitely. It's the sweet spot. Just getting that sweet spot. It was good that it worked out the way it was, and
as years go by, I would say that as years go by, and as you discover that to make music and sounds move, you really need small things, not huge guitar. I mean, you got the huge riff and whatever, but you need small things to make everything move and feel fresh all the time. So it's but it's it's work.
Exactly what you said. You got all these little things. You got to let it flow organically. It needs to be organically, just to make it flow. And also on this record, Dahlia hit in 4 tracks as well, so it was good to have her presence as well for the earTHflesh. So complementing some of the stuff as well to help get that emotion for you. I'm sure that was good to have her on board for those tracks.
Yeah, it was crucial, I think, for the concept. I mean, for the whole concept of the album, and for the lyrics sometimes as well, and for giving some kind of sense of, I would say, hope. Maybe it's not that precise, but it works. Like in the mood of the album, like is kind of the opening is like I feel. I mean, I got goosebumps all the time when I listen to it. I don't know. It's good because it's and there are some passages as well of her vocals that gives me goosebumps all the time. And but I mean, it's been fundamental, and she's basically one of the best around, I think. I mean, she can do whatever with the vocals. She learning to sing replicating the Dimebag Darrell solos.
Oh, what, with her voice?
Yeah.
Oh, and she put them out.
She was cutting, like in jazz singers. She was cutting the Dimebag Darrell solo. So I mean, I dare everyone to do that.
That's like, wow.
And we are really happy that we can bring the whole thing to Hellfest, I mean, with also Dalila live, because when we play all the other show, we got her parts in the back, in some little backing tracks we got, and because we don't want to lose that part on the live side. But I mean, we didn't felt, you know, that good to go to a Hellfest with samples, and so it was nice to present the whole thing, and it's gonna be so huge, I think, so cool.
Yeah, because she's going to, you guys made an announcement on your socials that she's going to appear live for the Hellfest, because this is a very special occasion for Sick, because this is the first time you're playing in this kind of big European headline. You know, Hellfest is the start of all the metal festivals that's happening now in summer. So, you know, how do you feel playing, being in Hellfest? So I'm excited for you, because I'm starting to mumble my words, but yeah, how's the feel for the band?
We're gonna play on 21st, and I'm gonna tell you that on 22nd.
All right. Okay.
Because I mean, I can imagine that, but I mean, well, it's gonna be hard because we have to drive 15 hours to go there and 15 hours back for half an hour set, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that half an hour will be huge. So it's gonna be insane, I think. I hope so. I mean, it's one life, you know, achievement to me.
Yeah, of course.
It's like years and years I want to go there.
Yeah.
And finally, our manager Alessandro from K2 just managed to bring us there, which is so cool, and we thank him so much. And so yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, of course.
Just go in, have fun,
Huge.
and you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty intense, like, because also in the other festival we played Sonic Rise in Finland and Frantic in Italy and couple club show. I mean, we didn't have that much touring until now, but all those little gigs just was amazing to us, because the people looks like really responding to the music.
Yeah.
And it's really a new thing for us, like, like, because most of the time people just came to the show and look us like that, but this time is really engaging people, and I'm just, you know, guessing like I will, you know, 1,000 people down the stage, because it will be 1,000. We react to that would be amazing. I mean, you know, you can feel the energy of the people.
Yeah,
and
definitely. Yeah.
And it definitely marks the, you know, how the show will go, basically.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for you, because when you said it was the first time, I'm like, cool, you know, so that's a very good achievement, a good accolade, because you know, a lot of hard work paid off. And if you said, "Oh, ask me on the 22nd," I'll just send you a message. Go, how was it? And then if you go on and on and on, I'm like, oh, okay, we'll do
I will write you after a concert.
You wrote me, and then you write to me, and then I'm like, okay, is there anyone else that can review it for you?
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, look, it's great. I guess, have you thought about what's the future going forward with SIG? Have you ever thought what's the next steps for SIG? Has there been any future direction? Has that come up to you yet? Yeah.
I'm afraid at the moment I don't have anything actually in the pot. Like because I just need to at the moment have some cool and real occasion to spread earTHflesh around, because I think it deserves more concerts and more maybe touring if it happens, and so I'm really still focused on that, and I need to take some distances from it, because it's a difficult album to succeed. Like to do something else after, it's really strange. It's the first time I'm feeling like that. Usually I just finish an album and start the next one. It has been like that for years, but not this time. It's like I need to refresh people. I don't know. I think after Hellfest will be I will have more points on what's gonna happen on the future. Right now is like we're waiting for something to happen about earTHflesh, because it's still there. We just did a bunch of concerts and we need more, basically. And I don't know. I maybe think in the future. I don't know if I want to come out like with a whole album, or like maybe an EP or something, just to experiment a little bit with before to do another huge thing, because I'm not gonna do something which is not better than earTHflesh for me, so it will take time, I think. And which is totally against the business of it, because now if you want to call yourself an artist, you need to be creative and do shit all the time. And well, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. That's the industry. Is not is not being an artist. I mean, I need time. I need experiences. I need life to put on record. Unless I do something really without emotion, like just because like it's just a job. I need to do a product. It's not like that. So to me, it's not like that. So I don't really have any plan at the moment.
Yeah. Well, because we're so far away, Australia and Italy, it would be cool. If everything was to happen, Sick can come to Australia for one of the guys.
Oh, it would be so great.
You really
we are just waiting the call, man. I mean,
really, okay.
Literally, I mean, we would love to go there. If there's a chance to bring us there, please bring us there. I mean, we would love to be there. And I'm really also curious about Australia as well, like as a country, as a nation. So it would be really great if it happened. So
yeah, but it would be really cool to have you in Australia one day. So if it happens, it happens, and it's gonna happen, because once you go to Hellfest, that's when they say all hell break loose. So on behalf of Headbangers Australia, thank you so much for being in the interview.
Thanks
all the best at Hellfest, and keep us posted, because we'd love to keep support you as well back here in Australia, and we're very excited to see where Sid goes in the next journey.
Thanks so much. So I mean, I really hope to have the chance to go there, and hope Hellfest will help us, to shine a little bit more.
Yeah.
And have the occasion to travel a bit, so it would be so cool. And thank you so much for the interview and for the support and for the future support.
Mate, all the best, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, cool.